Alright guys, so it rained pretty good here. The sun's out now. It's supposed to be warm this afternoon. I don't know if they're going to be able to shell any corn. So if I do get any footage of the harvest today, that'll be tomorrow's video. I will delay Friday's story time, push it off to Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Like I say, it rained pretty good. So I figured today I'll just do the overview of this 9770 STS John Deere combine. I know I had touched on it on a video the other day, but it was dark. Just walk around this machine here. Like I say, they put pretty many hours on the machine in a year. I don't know. And like I say, it's dirty. But I'm pretty sure this did quite a bit of grain this year so far. So I noticed it has a backup alarm, which is nice. You see that on a lot of the newer, bigger combines. I bet you this is the fuel tank. I don't know, I'm not a John Deere expert, but I'd say that poly tank there is the fuel tank. Yeah, there's lines right there. We got the straw chopper here. You can see the rear axle. Huh, that's neat. You can switch it from corn to... Didn't realize what that was. I'm not sure what that is either. I don't know if it's for ejecting more trash. Rear tires are 665/28. Got a nice lubrication chart there. That's nice. I always like when I have lubrication charts on equipment, especially if you first buy it and you're looking for grease fittings. It's nice when they have the actual icon of the grease gun there. Saves you from having to read the operator's manual. One thing I noticed is nice, there's lights here inside the where the shakers are in. They're below the rotor here. That's pretty cool. I never really saw that before. And this here is probably the reason I'll never buy anything new. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 control boxes here. I'm sure they're the computers, EPM. I don't know what those things cost to replace when they start getting goofy. I am a simpler is better type of guy. Not that I'm opposed to any of this new equipment. I'd love to own it and run it. But from being a mechanic for 10 years, we have had some pretty new stuff come in with computer issues. And just seeing the price of some of this stuff for sensors and computers, and then some of the ridiculous projects. We had to do an update on the SMV valves on a MXM tractor that came in from the factory. It had a recall, and we had to reprogram the SMV valves, or SCV valve, whatever you want to call them. There's like 100 different names for them, but anyway, we had to reprogram them. And to me, I was just sitting there doing that update, and it was a big process going through the steps through the service manual and the computer, different things you had to do. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, if you pull the lever, it's gonna work. It's not like it has to be computer controlled. But, and I don't mean to bash guys that like newer stuff, that's fine, but I am a simpler is better type of guy. If I had millions of dollars in the bank, I still would try to look for simpler equipment, easier to repair. And the next thing is, this thing probably cost, with the head on it sitting here, probably cost more than I have spent on farm equipment in my lifetime. It's probably worth more than my house. So it's just a different perspective, and I guess you guys can kind of pick up on that with my channel, that it's a lot of the equipment's older, and I'm still farming the modern as it can be, with no-till, modern herbicides, modern seed traits, but still using 70s and 80s equipment. Like I say, I think the newest I'll go would probably be like the pre-emission tractors. I just can't see buying one that has the emissions on it. I don't know. You never say never. You never know. But I am a simpler is better type of guy. I do like the 21 series international combines. And the GPSs with the auto steer. I was kind of like a lot of the old timers thinking, what in the world do you need auto steer for? I like some old people say you're lazy, but I learned this year that with the auto steer, it's not about letting the machine take over if you need a nap or something. It's accuracy, and that was something I learned I didn't realize. That computer can do a much nicer job than you could do with your row markers, as far as getting a uniform planting through the field. I understand it now. I'm not going to badmouth it, but I'm not sure it's something that I need at this point. So we'll sit down here in the seat. And like I said, with a 6-row head on this machine, you can go pretty darn fast as far as the capacity. Like I say, these machines I think could handle 12 rows and probably even more. But just feels awkward sitting here with that deer staring at me. So I don't know. Hydro controls. Your unloading auger. This looks like for the I don't know, this one the buttons are wore right off. I can't even see. Need a lesson in operating it if I ever would operate it. But yeah, this was the level system. It's an STS, so it's a side hill model. And when we started here in this field, it was sitting crooked. It was sitting up on the bank here, and he just reached over and pushed a button, and this whole machine just leveled itself. Which is real nice. It's not just for comfort and being level while you're going along the hill, but it's going to do a better job threshing any type of grain. It's not leaning to one side. The 750 Massey's are terrible for going up and down a hill. On mine, over at my dad's, I was doing corn, and the way you had to shell it, you had to go up one side, down the other. And when you were going up, it was just throwing grain out the back, and when you were coming down, it was basically just clogging up in there. It wasn't coming out. And then finally, when you leveled off, the engine just bogged down, and you just had a big slug of corn stalks coming through the rear of the machine. Now, not to say that this is going to level front to back, but I mean side to side going along the hill, you don't have all the grain laying to one side going through the shakers or the rotor or anything like that. I mean, rotaries aren't as bad as conventionals. I have a lot more experience with the conventional. So it's a pretty good sized cab. It's nice. It's the biggest cab that I've been in. The 1600 series internationals. It's a little tight. You got all your light controls and wipers and stuff like that up there. Then you have your John Deere command center that was beeping when the bin was full and stuff like that. So yeah, for you guys that have state-of-the-art equipment, like I say, my channel isn't to bash anybody or to say my way's better. I'm just offering a daily vlog of how I do things here in Pennsylvania. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to do things a little bit different. And like I say, I never mean to say that my way is the best. I don't even know if my way's right at this point. Like I say, this year's an experiment. It's no-till. I have no past yield records to tell if I'm doing better with no-till than conventional, because this is the first year on this farm here. So yeah, it's just like I say, that's kind of where my aim for my channel has been, just to kind of offer a daily blog of different things that I'm doing. So anyway, back to the machine. I'm getting sidetracked here. So Yeah, he took the key with him, or else I would see how many hours are on it. But that's smart. Never leave the key in your equipment if you're away from home. So yeah, that's the cab. And behind you, you can see the grain tank. It looks like I need to crawl in there because he has a tree limb in there the way it looks. He said it would hold 300 bushel. I don't know what the capacities are. So let me crawl back outside. Well, now it's raining again. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching.